1. The silent power of kindness and presence. There's something truly remarkable about individuals who possess a quiet strength, people who don't need to speak loudly or demand attention, yet leave a lasting impression wherever they go. Especially after the age of 65, this subtle kind of presence becomes even more precious. These people aren't famous, they don't flaunt wealth, and they don't seek the spotlight. Yet when you're around them, you feel seen, valued, and genuinely cared for. Their presence isn't built on flashy conversations or extravagant displays. It's rooted in kindness, patience, and emotional maturity. These individuals listen without interrupting. They speak gently and wisely. They don't impose their beliefs or try to dominate a conversation. Instead, they hold space for others, offering understanding and compassion without judgment. This quiet strength is more powerful than we often realize. It's the kind of character that builds trust, brings comfort during difficult moments, and inspires others to slow down and reflect. The world often rewards boldness, but there's a unique beauty in this understated grace. In many ways, it's more rare and more valuable than gold. These people don't just go through life, they enrich it. They offer warmth without asking for anything in return, and that selflessness becomes a gift to everyone they meet. Whether it's a neighbor, a friend, or a stranger at the grocery store, their gentle spirit makes the world feel a little more human. 2. A deep well of life experience. By the time we reach our 60s and beyond, we've weathered countless storms. We've faced hardships, made difficult decisions, and learned hard lessons that only time can teach. But while life experience often comes with scars, it also brings with it a unique kind of wisdom, one that can't be rushed, faked, or taught in books. People who are quietly more precious than gold carry this wisdom with grace. They don't need to constantly share their stories to prove their value, but when they do speak, their words come from a place of insight, earned through decades of living fully. These are the people who can offer a piece of advice that cuts through the noise and goes straight to the heart. Not because they want to seem smart, but because they genuinely care. They've learned the art of resilience, how to keep going even when life gets hard. They've made peace with the fact that not everything can be controlled. And in that acceptance, they've found a quiet strength that others admire. Their confidence isn't loud, but it's unshakable. You feel it in how they carry themselves, how they respond to challenges, and how they treat others. This kind of lived experience isn't something money can buy or youth can replicate. It's something that only time can shape. And when it's shared with humility and heart, it becomes a gift for younger generations to learn from. 3. Compassion that doesn't ask for recognition. Perhaps one of the most beautiful traits found in people over 65 who radiate quiet value is their natural sense of compassion. This isn't a performative kindness meant to be noticed or praised. It's woven into who they are, a deep desire to help others, often without even being asked. You'll see them checking in on a sick neighbor, offering a listening ear to someone who's feeling lost, or sharing what little they have with someone who needs it more. They do these things not for applause, but because they believe in doing what's right. They understand the power of a kind word, a gentle touch, or a thoughtful gesture. What makes this compassion even more precious is that it comes from a place of authenticity. These individuals aren't driven by ego or recognition. They help others because they know what it feels like to need help. They've been through times when they relied on the kindness of strangers or the support of loved ones, and now they're simply paying it forward. And the truth is, you can't fake this kind of heart. It shows up in quiet actions, in the patience to listen, in the willingness to forgive, and in the strength to show empathy when others don't. These are the people who leave a mark on your soul without even trying. You walk away from them feeling lighter, understood, and a little more hopeful. This is the kind of human value that can't be measured in titles or wealth. It's the kind that reminds us what it truly means to live a meaningful life, to care, to give, and to love, even when no one is watching. The power of being fully present. She doesn't interrupt, she doesn't glance at the clock or rush to break the silence. Instead, she gives you her undivided attention. She listens, not just with her ears, but with her whole presence. And that's why people open up to her. Around her, they feel seen, heard, and genuinely valued. People aren't drawn to her because she demands the spotlight. They're drawn to her because she makes them feel like they truly matter. That kind of presence is rare and powerful. But being present isn't just about listening to others, it's a way of living. People who embody this quality don't drift through life on autopilot. They live intentionally. They find joy in the ordinary, the smell of morning coffee, the warmth of sunlight on their skin, the gentle rustling of leaves in the wind. They savor what others overlook. This depth of presence makes them peaceful, magnetic, and unforgettable. How to cultivate presence in your own life. So how can you embody this quietly captivating energy? Start with these steps. Eliminate distractions. When someone is speaking to you, put the phone away, turn off the TV, and be fully there. Giving someone your complete attention is one of the rarest and most precious gifts you can give. Slow down and be mindful. Whether you're sharing a meal, walking through a park, or having a conversation, immerse yourself in the experience. Let yourself fully absorb the moment. Connect deeply, make eye contact. Listen with curiosity and empathy. When people feel that they are truly being heard, they naturally feel closer to you. Presence doesn't come from doing more, it comes from being more aware, more open, more alive. And those who master this are impossible to forget. Emotional composure, the quiet strength that speaks volumes. There's something deeply compelling about a person who can stay calm no matter what chaos swirls around them. Not cold or detached, but grounded. So emotionally steady that others feel safe just being near them. This calmness isn't a performance. It comes from within, from self-awareness and inner peace. And in a world full of drama and emotional reactivity, this kind of steadiness stands out. While many get easily offended or lose their temper over small things, the most magnetic individuals are the ones who remain composed, thoughtful, and unshaken. They don't let petty annoyances ruin their day. They don't waste their energy on meaningless conflict. Instead, they pause, breathe, reflect, and respond with intention. A real-life example. Meet Walter. Think of someone like Walter, a 76-year-old retired firefighter. He's been through more than most. Dangerous situations, difficult personalities, high-stress environments. And yet he's calm, unflappable. Someone might be rude to him, but he doesn't retaliate. If plans fall through, he adjusts without complaining. His emotional balance makes people trust him. They admire him. They feel anchored in his presence. How to develop unshakable emotional composure. Pause before reacting. When something bothers you, breathe first. That simple pause allows space for clarity and better decisions. Protect your energy. Not every small irritation deserves your attention. Choose where to invest your emotional energy wisely. Believe in your strength. Carry yourself with the quiet confidence that nothing can disturb your inner peace. When you believe it, others will feel it too. This kind of control doesn't need to shout. It speaks through action, through presence. And that kind of inner calm is irresistibly attractive. 6. The magnetic beauty of a life fully lived. There's something undeniably captivating about someone who has lived a rich and meaningful life. They don't flaunt their past or seek attention. They simply carry their experiences with grace, like a well-loved book full of wisdom and quiet pride. These people don't dwell in the past or try to relive their youth. Instead, they embrace who they are now, knowing that every joy, every mistake, every chapter has shaped them into someone worth knowing. The quiet elegance of wisdom. Take Helen, an 81-year-old former artist. She doesn't dominate conversations with stories of her past, but when she shares, her words are rich and layered with experience. She has loved deeply, lost dearly, and grown through all of it. And yet she walks through life with a peace that's rare and beautiful. She doesn't wish for the past or try to compete with younger generations. She's fully present in her own skin, in her own time, and that self-assured presence is quietly mesmerizing. How to embody the grace of a life well. Lived own your story. You don't need to impress anyone. Your journey with all its twists and turns is what makes you remarkable. Stay curious. Never stop learning. People who keep growing, no matter their age, radiate a youthful, magnetic energy. Live with gratitude. Appreciate the beauty of each stage of life. The more thankful you are, the more magnetic your presence becomes. True attractiveness doesn't fade with age, it evolves. The more you accept and appreciate your life, the more naturally captivating you become. As we close this message, take a moment to reflect on these 6 traits we've explored. They're not based on flashy looks, youth, or charm. Instead, they're grounded in character, presence, emotional depth, and a well-lived life. Silently irresistible people don't demand attention. They command it by simply being who they are. They don't try to prove anything. They just show up in the world with authenticity, wisdom, and a quiet kind of strength that others are naturally drawn to. These traits aren't about becoming someone new. They're about reconnecting with the most grounded, aware, and powerful version of yourself. If any of these qualities spoke to you, whether you already see them in yourself or feel inspired to grow them, know that you're already becoming more magnetic. Being captivating isn't about effort. It's about letting go of what holds you back and stepping fully into your presence. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Which of these qualities resonated with you most deeply? Do you see them in your own life, or is there one you'd like to strengthen? Your thoughts matter. Share in the comments one insight you're taking with you today and how you plan to live it. And if this message inspired you, please consider liking, sharing, or subscribing. Your support helps us keep creating content that uplifts and empowers. Until next time, live fully, love deeply, and keep being the quietly powerful soul that you are.